Peace. This is Brother Sakhem coming at you from the heart of North Philadelphia. And in just a few minutes, I will be calling on Danyaahla from the Lions of Hebrew Israelites. The Lions of Israel, Hebrew Israelites. And he's going to come in here and we're going to show that evil one that we can come together under a common cause. Right now, this is my boy Red Pill. This is him dropping some of them lyrics. Red Pill is one of the coolest guys you can meet. I should have put this on a little earlier. Getting ready to go in and hit this brother up. Sometimes things get in the way, so we just gotta be a little patient. Peace, bro.
Hey, peace, King.
How you doing? Good. Glad to have you here.
Peace.
Right. I know you don't got a lot of time, so we just gonna get right to it. I just wanted the evil one out there to see that we can come together on a common cause. And when I met you the other day at the debate with, Jabari and Zion Lex, I heard them saying that you know how to drop that knowledge about health. So that's why I actually wanted to do something on my show about health. So you want to go in the first question I want to ask you, like what I ask everybody. How did you come to the place where you said you got up one day and just said, oh, I got to help my people out. I got to learn this knowledge and I got to help my people?
That's a great question. I got sick. That's how I came to that chance that I ran into. Actually, this is really, it goes a lot further back. Many got sick and I came down with something. Now, I was raised in America, so I was hooked on to going to the doctor. I had asthma. As long as I can remember, since I was a child, I had asthma. I got really, really sick. And I didn't have no health insurance and nothing like that. I knew nothing about herbs. And I was in my early 20s at the time. And he put me on some herbs and he told me what herbs I should take for my illness, what I should and shouldn't eat. And it worked. I got better without having to take all those different medications. So ever since then, I've been a proponent, to my people, like, listen, man, you really need to help people. I know so many people that suffer with asthma. Our people are at the top of the list for every disease. And asthma is ravaging the Black community. It's killing us at a high level. People don't just die of asthma itself. Heart attacks from having an asthma attack. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah.
And the reason why that happens is because they panic, they get scared, when they can't breathe, and they wind up having a heart attack from panicking. So it's something that's very, 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 very serious duty. I'm somebody that has gone through it, and so I use my testimony, gone through it and having overcome it, to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I sit next to people on trains all over the place, right, and I see them just pumping them damn asthma pumps. Psst, psst, psst. Every time that they start breathing a little hard, whatever, they just pumping them asthma attacks. Right. I remember them days, man. I remember them days. You know, I used to take them asthma pumps, and as soon as you take it, your heart rate just starts speeding up. You know, and it does open up your bronchos. It does open up your lungs, and you're all able to breathe. But at what cost? The heart rate. You could have a. So, you know, I actually went through something in my life that caused me to change. And ever since then, I've just been a proponent of just, you know what I'm saying, spreading the word to my people. Just like we do with knowledge of self. You know, when you get knowledge of self, the first thing you want to do, you want to tell somebody else, man. Like, yo, guess what I found out? So that's how that went down, King. Right.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that. Like, different people. Had a brother on here that said, I think he was in a car accident, and he woke up. Phil Valentine said something about he almost drowned. I think it was almost a drowning or something like that. And I guess it takes some things to make us wake up and smell the coffee. Man, that's amazing. And to all you who don't know, which I don't know why you wouldn't know, this is Priest Danyaahla from the Lions of Hebrew Israelites. And I am Brother Sakhem, and I woke up in the Nuwapian Nation. And I'm just letting everybody know that, yeah, we can come together under that common ground. And but next thing I like to ask you real quick, I know you don't got a lot of time, is what is like the first step would you put out there to the people that, you know, that don't know anything about their health, that's still eating all the fried, greasy foods out the Chinese restaurants and everything? And they want to try to get themselves together. Like, what's the first step you would tell them to take?
Okay, I always tell people, before you start taking all these herbs and plants and pills and tonics and potions or whatever it is that you plan on taking, ailment that you might, the first thing you have to do is you have to clean yourself out. Right. Flush. A lot of times, a lot of brothers and sisters, they jump right into the herbs, not realizing that they hacked up. There's all types of stuff in your system that you need to, in order for the herbs to work a lot better. So they need to do a flush. Now, I'm going to say this, it might come across a little graphic or a little nasty, but it needs to be said.
Yeah.
Every time, and do the number 2, for lack of a better word, I'll just call it that.
Yeah.
You do the number 2. That's kind of telling you what's going on inside of you. That's okay?
Exactly right.
2, your number 2 is floating at the top of the toilet, it's floating around the top of the toilet. You know it's time for a flush because it's supposed to sink to the bottom. That's a fact. Also, the consistency of it, man. If you're in number 2 and you're putting out these logs and stuff like that, you need to do a flush. It's supposed to be the consistency of almost like peanut butter. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you go to the bathroom, it kind of tells you where you're at as far as what you need to do. I always encourage people that before you do anything, before you take any herbs for anything, do a flush, a real good flush. And there's a lot of different flushes online. There's one on our channel called Healthy Hebrews.
Yes.
A lot of different flushes out there. But try and do a flush. And when you're doing a flush, you can't be eating what it is. Okay?
Right.
You got to cut out some of the processed food. You got to cut out some of the fried foods, the damn carbs, some of the breads and the cakes and the muffins and the pancakes and the exactly. You got to cut that stuff out and give your digestive tract a chance to rest. A lot of times, basic stuff. And it's coming up. When we go to school, we get the food pyramid. We're told that we're supposed to eat certain things. And when you go in elementary school, they give you a daggone handout to show you a food pyramid, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes,
you're supposed to have 1 carb, 1 vegetable, 1 meat. You know what I'm saying? Drink milk, all this other stuff. This is what they teach us. So we really don't know how to eat. We're eating based on what our oppressor, our enemy has eat, and our body, our metabolism different than theirs. So we can't body and expect the same results. So like I said, I always tell people, start off by taking a flush, yourself out. And while you're put yourself on a diet, man. Maybe for that time that you're doing a flush, you should only have liquids.
Right.
And allow your digestive tract a chance to rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could never understand, you know what I'm saying, why it is that I was waking up in the morning and I'm always tired. Me, after several years, one of the reasons why I wake up after sleeping for 8 hours and I'm tired is because I'm eating all these starches, all these meats, different things late at night. And while I'm sleeping, my body is trying to break these things down and digest them. So my system is working all night. It's never resting. And I'm tired as hell.
Yeah.
I wonder why. 8 hours. So what's the problem? The problem is that you're putting a lot of stress and taxation on your digestive tract. So when you get on this flush, you should try to put yourself on just have some smoothies or shakes or some juices or some water for 24 hours or 48 hours if you're strong enough to do it, and allow your system to purge and all the waste that's inside of you, and then you proceed to go in and take the herbs or whatever it is you're going to take, whatever ailment you take. But if you don't do it, it will not be as effective in my hear from other people.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if you just jump into the herbs and everything, it'll just get clogged up with all the rest of the bull crap, and it just like diluted, right?
That's 100% right. It'll just get caught up with everything else that's in your system. It'll still go through you. You'll still, you still probably go to the bathroom a couple times and stuff like that. And that's another thing. I don't really want to, because I know you have questions. I really don't want to be too long-winded.
Yeah.
But I noticed that when I tell people about flushes and cleanses, they're always like, the first questions that we ask is that, is it going to send you to the bathroom? Well, 9 times out of 10, yes, it's going to send you to the bathroom because there's a system that need to come. But toxins in your digestive tract, in your intestines, that need to come out. That if they stay there, that's why a lot of us come down with daggone cancer.
Right.
Because we have all these toxic, we're eating so many processed foods, so many acidic foods that are man-made. That are being made in these laboratories, Franken foods.
Right.
We're eating a lot.
Yep.
So as a result of that, we're not purging ourselves out the way we're supposed out. Our diet does not consist of enough green leafy vegetables or fibers, foods that will go through you and clean your tract out. We're not eating that. We're eating macaronis and burgers and breads and pastas and meats and this and that. And we're not eating enough foods that are high in water. That's another thing. Remember, we're always taught that the human body is 70% water.
Right.
And all the elements, if we're going to get into the scientific level, which I know you brothers in the Wabi Nation, y'all get into the sciences of it, every element that's in the earth is in our body.
Yes.
So if our body is 70% water, our diet is supposed to be 70% water. So a lot of foods that you're eating are supposed to have waters in there. You're supposed to be eating a lot of foods that have a lot of waters in there, etc.
Exactly.
That's just really eating. But go ahead, King. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying about my goddaughter. Yeah. So yeah, and speaking of those Franken foods, man, I done did some videos, some quick videos on Instagram, and I posted them to my Facebook and YouTube channel, and I walk through the supermarket and I take pictures of the tilapia, the so-called fish, and the sway, and half the time when I look at the pack, it just says things like treated with carbon monoxide in order to keep the coloring. And I'm looking at this and I'm showing people, and people's like, oh yeah, man, Dad, that's right. But the next thing I know, man, they just want to go ahead and eat the stuff because they think, I guess, the carbon monoxide cooks out or whatever. But like, can you go in on some of these Franken foods and these GMOs?
Well, first of all, if we I mentioned at the you was there. I mentioned at the debate that I met you at that I went to the supermarket right around the corner from me, and I couldn't find one fruit or vegetable in the entire section that had seeds. The watermelons didn't have seeds. The lemons and limes didn't have seeds. The apples didn't have seeds. The grapes didn't have seeds. And the seed is the life.
Yeah.
How are you going to reproduce that plant or that fruit or that vegetable if you have no seeds to plant? So that's a frankenfood, and we eat a lot of that stuff because it tastes good. You know, them little white grapes that everybody likes, the little white grapes, the seedless grapes. They taste good as hell. I'll tell you that in a minute. They taste good as hell, but we think that we're actually eating something healthy because it's called a fruit, but it's really acidic because there's no seeds inside of it. It's a frankenfood.
Right.
Then you have all these canned foods. People need to really go back and look at the history of canned foods, man. Canned foods was not created to be eaten and consumed by the masses on a daily basis.
Right.
Canned foods were created, A, for wartime, for the soldiers to be able to have food that was non-perishable, and B, in case of a natural disaster or an emergency, you have canned food or food that's preserved to hold you down in case of an emergency. But now you have the supermarket filled with canned foods. You have meat, like Chef Boyardee pasta and pasta, spaghetti and meatballs in a damn can. And that meat can sit on a shelf for like a year and never go bad.
That crap is horrible.
You have string beans and peas and corns, vegetables that's sitting on a shelf in some syrup or whatever the hell is in that thing, and it never goes bad. Fruits, fruit cocktail, cherries and so-called pears and peaches and stuff sitting in cans, not going bad for years. And I see people actually buy that stuff and actually think that they're eating healthy. Well, I'm eating my vegetables every day. That's dead food. If it's sitting in some daggone syrup or whatever the hell it's sitting in, and it's sitting on the shelf and it never goes bad, common sense tells you that that's not good for you. Even though it is a string bean, even though it is a pea, even though it is a carrot, normal food, that when you buy normal food, it goes bad after a while.
Right.
You go to an organic store, you buy some fruits and some vegetables, and you put it on your shelf in your kitchen. You'll notice after a couple of days it's gonna start to go bad. That's the natural order of things.
Right.
So when something is not going bad, that's a giant red flag that they put something in there, in that can. Usually probably in that syrup or whatever the fruits or the vegetables is in, that's causing it not to go bad. They put what they call preservatives in there. And then you're ingesting that stuff in your body, and it's sitting inside your small intestines, large intestines, colon, et cetera, and it's sitting there for years and building up and building up and building up. And we don't even have to come see you until you got colon cancer.
Yeah.
You see?
Yep.
Because, go ahead, King.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing.
Yeah, you have colon cancer. So this important. I always tell people, me personally, I try to do at least one flush a season, if not more. Sometimes I do way more than that, but at least once a season, winter, spring, summer, fall, flush, where for 7 days, I'm only eating, the first 1 or 2 days that I'm going to flush, I only have liquids. Then eventually I might start having some soups and stuff like that, but I'm giving a chance that I'm eliminating a lot of waste that's sitting up in my system, and I'm not replacing it with new garbage. I give my a chance to waste. Then we start talking about fast food, which we love. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, KFC. That's frankenfood too, man.
Yes.
It's frankenfood as well. None of that stuff is real. That's not real food. Those are not even real burgers. That's pink slime that they serve. People think happens to that stuff when it goes into your body. It just, I'm sure you probably heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Most people have heard of it or seen the video. You could Google it or YouTube it. There was a dude, man, that kept one of those McDonald's burgers in his refrigerator for like a year.
I seen it.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
And we went back. Everything except for the lettuce. The lettuce kind of deteriorated a little bit, but the burger was still intact and the bun was still intact a year later. How is that possible?
It's crazy.
And we're filling up the lines inside these daggone fast food restaurants. When you go in there, that's all you see mostly is us in there.
Right.
You know and I'm gonna say one to you. My family's from the West Indies, so the West Indies, and a lot of American people know about it too. We have something called bitters, man. You say they feed their children bitters. So you grow up drinking Cersei tea. If anybody's what I'm talking about, you get up in the morning, your mother, your grandmother is putting some Cersei tea, man. That thing is bitter as hell. You see what I'm saying? But bitters are good for you. what we've been conditioned to believe in this society is that everything that we put in our mouth has to be pleasing to the palate.
Right.
You're not supposed to be eating to please your palate. Sometimes you're supposed to be eating to live. So you have to drink these teas and these bitter herbs. You know what I'm saying? And ingest them in your body because they have medicinal purposes and they help you. So you have to learn to do that. But what I find with a lot of people is that when I introduce them to the herbs, the teas, the tonics, the different things, people always want to complain because they've been conditioned that everything that they put in their mouth has to taste good. Even now, the medications that the doctors give you, you go, you buy some cough berry, strawberry, raspberry, grape. You've been conditioned. It's supposed to taste good. Taste good.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be more concerned with whatever you're putting in your body is going to do for you when you put it in there.
Exactly.
That's the most important. And that's a hurdle that a lot of our people can't get over, man. The herbs are too big, nasty. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to live, you're going to take that. I'll tell you one thing. You got Gates, right? Bill Gates was a billionaire. Right? Invented the iPod, the president of Apple, you know what I'm saying? This dude had billions and billions of dollars, and he dropped dead of cancer. Information that we had access to you. If he wanted to live, he would have gave all his money to somebody like Dr. Sebi.
Right. To
somebody like Dr. that could heal him, because he knew he could make that money back.
Yeah.
If he knew that. But he didn't know about it. We have access. We have over the place that is teaching us about herbs and stuff like that, man. The advantage of that, because like I said, we are at the top of every ailment, every illness that there is that's either at the top or near the top.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta get some better equipment here. But you know, I'm gonna get with that later on, definitely. But yeah, man, you 100% right. And I was telling somebody the other day that the way that as far as I can see, the way they got us tricked up is that everything that we eat, as long as it tastes good, we just indulge ourselves in it. We not, what you say, living to eat, we're eating to live, we're just living to eat, and we eat any old thing. And this is one thing I wanted to ask you. I know pork is out the question, but I was telling somebody the other day that was saying that they don't eat pork, but they were sitting around eating now-and-laters, potato chips, feeding their child Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I was like, yeah, we know pork is totally out the question, but all the crap that you are eating is messing you up, might be just as fast as pork. I mean, what you got to say about that?
Yes, because it doesn't go through the digestive tract. It doesn't go through the digestive tract. It goes into your body. Stays there. See, you know what I'm saying? They're looking at it from a more religious standpoint.
Right.
I don't know if the brother was talking to believes in the Bible or whatever like that. Now, you know, when you
Muslim.
read the Bible, for those, you know, so he believes in the Bible, he believes in the Torah, the Old Testament, and the Quran. So, yeah. So, in the Old Testament, when you read the book of Leviticus 11, it gives you the foods that you could eat and the foods that you can't eat.
Right.
So, they just limit it to that. If it's not in there, if it doesn't say that you can't eat it in there, then they'll argue that. Well, it doesn't say I can't eat it, so I'm going to eat it.
Right.
There's a scripture, and I know everybody that's on the phone not into scriptures, but sometimes there's wisdom anything. So there's a scripture in the New Testament that I'm going to quote.
Right.
It goes something like this. It says that the lawful are not just because.
Let me say that one more time.
That says that you can't eat potato basis every single day for God's sakes. It's in Skittles and sweets every daggone day. Just because it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be doing it, because it's not that every day. Because those or eating all that stuff like that, counterbalancing that stuff with flushes and herbs and bitter stuff like that, you are killing yourself slowly. There's something that they have out there called a soft kill. And most people don't know what a soft kill is. A hard kill is the government has two ways of population control. Well, I should even say two. That's many ways of population control, but I'm focusing on two. There's something called and there's something called hard kill.
Say that again.
A hard kill. I'm sorry.
Say that again. I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
Okay. You can hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. has many ways to control populations, right? I'm going to focus on two. There's something called a soft kill, and there's something called a hard kill.
Right.
A hard kill would be finding their ways into communities. Like, I was watching a video on YouTube not too long ago where a whole bunch of guns somehow or another found their way into Chicago, into the hands of gangbangers who are using it on each other and kill each other. That's a hard kill. Police officers shooting us down. That's a hard kill. Putting all these different Planned Parenthood clinics in our neighborhood so that our people will abort their children. That's a hard kill. It's overt. You can see.
Yeah.
See, that's called a hard kill. But they also have soft kill is stuff that kills you slowly and you don't even know it. And that's what's happening with the foods. So because something is not written in Leviticus 11 that says you shouldn't be eating nowadays every day, and you shouldn't be having all these potato chips every single day and all this other stuff, our people don't just eat it because there's nothing wrong with eating that stuff. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having that stuff. You're not saying there's anything wrong with having that stuff. Sometimes we're both saying it's something wrong with eating that stuff all the time.
Right.
All the time. And so, because that stuff kills you. That's called a soft kill. After a while, you're putting all these man-made foods and candies and chips and different things into your system without introducing flushes and cleanses and this, that, and the third. Get that stuff out your system. After a while, it builds up, and next thing you know, you're coming down with an illness. Like I said before, the human body is 70% water. Okay? You want to have a lot of water content in them to kind of go through your system and flush your system out. All these foods that have little to no water in it. That's the problem with a lot of our people, man. Right. And that's why when they get to the bathroom, that's why their stool, I have to go back to that. That's why their stool looks the way it looks.
Exactly.
If you're pushing out these gigantic logs, if you're grunting and groaning when you go to the bathroom, not to be funny, but this is real stuff.
Yeah.
If you're doing stuff like that, it's probably because you need a flush, man. You need one. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard for our people because, again, it's a mind thing, man. It's a mind thing. All they could think about is, man, I don't like the taste. But me personally, the way I look at it, every time I have something bitter or whatever like that, I'm like, yo, I can't wait to put this in my body. I don't give a damn how it tastes because I know what it's going to do for me.
Exactly.
And that's the mentality that we have to have. Go ahead, King.
I would just agree, and I walk around and eat turmeric like carrots now. That's how, I just got immune to that taste. The only thing you got to really get used to is something that's real hot. Other than that, with me, like, things that's real hot, other than that, I don't care how it tastes, man. I got to live.
And ginger, good herbs for asthma. If you have asthma or empathy, good herbs, man, for that stuff, man. Definitely some good herbs. But we all know that ginger and turmeric is strong as hell. Yeah. So you definitely want to mix it with other stuff. You know, other shake or smoothie or something. You make like a smoothie with some fruits or smoothie with some vegetables, and you blend some ginger and put it in there. And that stuff is great for asthma, man. It's great. It's a great, definitely herb for asthma. So that's a good thing that not that you have to have asthma. And if people don't remember anything else, one of the most important things I'm going to say tonight, you're not supposed to wait to take herbs until you get sick. Right. Because unlike from the FDA and the medical system, the medicines that you get, those medicines work pretty fast. Medicines, and we all see the daggone commercials, man. They come up with a new medicine, and next thing you know, man, the guy's running down a list of like 100 side effects. Yep. Right? Yep. One thing, and you come down with about 4 or 5 other things. Herbs are slow acting. Herbs are also created for prevention. So if you take herbs, you don't have to be suffering from asthma or eczema or high blood pressure or diabetes. The herbs that fight those things. If you notice you eat stuff like that, those herbs anyway, it's preventative, so you never have to get to the point where you need to go to the doctor for that stuff. Yes. So you're supposed to every single day. Every single day, the same way that you listen. People look at that to people, they think it's funny or they think it's crazy. I'm supposed to take herbs every day, or you eat junk every day. You eat chips every day. Exactly. You eat potato chips and popcorn or some other junk food every day. So what's so strange about taking herbs every day? It's supposed to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not the same herbs though. You kind of want to switch up because the body is adaptable.
Right.
So if you keep taking the same thing over, the body will become, adapt to it, and then it won't have the same effect that it had. So you switch up and you take different herbs, take different things, but always be taking sun. That's the point.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Miss Val Fleming. That's my buddy. I've been knowing her for years. It's her birthday today. I wanted to give her that shout out. Love you, Miss Val. To all the rest of the brothers and sisters that's on listening to the knowledge of our brother Danyaahla. Also, shout out to Side Netter, wherever you at out there, because he's the one that inspired me to do what I do right now.
Yes.
When we was talking, when you mentioned about keeping water in your system, and right now, and I got a picture here with a Brita filter. I want to know about the water, because we know that tap water got all kind of crazy stuff in it. In fact, I'm going to get a microscope, and I'm going to do a live thing on my channel and show the people exactly what's in the tap water with a microscope. But going to look at do you know which is the best way to purify your water? Like I said, I got a Brita filter here.
There's a lot of debate on that area in the community. There's a lot of debate, and you need that keto. What I think it's called a keto machine. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It starts with a K.
A keto?
They have that machine that Cajun water. Sorry.
Cajun.
Some people say you have to do that.
Okay.
Some people say you have to filters. Some people say in the old school days, we all know what we did. Our parents did. They used to just boil the water.
Yeah.
To get the toxins out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do whatever you could afford. So if you can't afford a filter, if you can't afford it, boil your water. If you're gonna take the water out the tap, boil your water before you drink it. Put it in the fridge. Don't let the system or the government tell you, oh, it's safe, the water's okay, it's safe. They put all types of stuff in water. First of all, if you know the history of fluoride is in water. And we all know that fluoride was used as a weapon by the Nazis. Okay?
Right.
All right, that's number one. There's also barium in the water, which is no good for man. And there's all types of other metals and alloys and different things that's in the water. So it's always good to have a filter, definitely. And filters usually are not that expensive.
Right.
And boil your water. But if you can't afford a filter, get a filter. If you can afford a Cajun machine, you know what I'm saying, that makes the water alkaline, get that. Whatever you have, you see what I'm saying? Whatever you have to do, man.
Right.
The wrong stuff. But you definitely shouldn't be from the tap just like that, because it's really no good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And a lot of these cheap waters that you buy in the store is no different than drinking, I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Dasani. I could be mistaken. Is it Dasani? The water that Coke bottles. I believe Coke bottles mistaken. If I am mistaken, I apologize. Whatever water brand that Coca-Cola advertises or they bottle, when you look at the back of the bottle, PWS. Now most people it is. But PWS stands for Public Water Supply.
Okay.
So when you go out and you buy that daggone Dasani water that's bottled by Coca-Cola, fancy bottle, and they charging you $1.50 for a small bottle of water, understand that you're drinking tap water. And the government made them put that on the back. So what they did was they put the acronym PWS. So it's number the tap water. So don't think because you go out and you buy a bottle of Poland Spring or Deer Park or Dasani, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is you buy that you're doing something. Not really, man. You're just drinking glorified tap water. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's all that is. If you're gonna have something, I've always heard is one of the best waters on the market. And there's a few others as well, but I heard a lot about small best ones. If you're gonna do it, that's why a bottle of that joint is like $3-4.
Right.
Why?
Exactly. They make the high. They make it high. I mean, it seems like to me though, the stuff that's really good for you, they try to make it as high as they can so that they discourage you from buying it. Is that the case?
Yep. And this is what we don't find a lot of that stuff in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Because Jacob, our people's not gonna buy it. We own a lot of us are poor. A lot of us are poor, so I'm not knocking nobody. You got to do it. You have to do what you could do. So I don't want anything I'm saying to come across as though I do. People have to do it. But the first step is to have, you know what I'm saying? If you're on a budget, if you are on income, if you're getting, government assistance, whatever it is, most of these stores like in New York, Fairways, Whole Foods, places like that, they actually take, you know what I'm saying, they actually take, public assistance. They actually take it. So you might want to go there and start buying some of the products there. Not to say they don't too. They got GMOs and stuff in those places too.
Right.
But they also have some good stuff. And, you will be able to find some good stuff. There is things that you can do that you are in financially to begin to try to eat healthy and live a better. Because what's happening is, a lot of us, what we're doing is we are feeding our illness genetic predispositions to certain illnesses. Like I was born with a genetic predisposition towards asthma. I wasn't born with asthma. Disposition. And everything I did in my life up until I got the knowledge of what I was doing, I was actually exposing myself by the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was intaking. Love me some daggone cheese, man. I love me some daggone, pastries with filling in the middle and with cream on. I love all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would never understood my whole life why I would eat that stuff, and then shortly after I'd be wheezing.
Yeah.
Because I was actually feeding my illness. That's what I was doing. And a lot of us do it. Like if you have come down with cancer, right? You got to fall back from a lot of the processed foods. You got to fall back from much. You have to fall back from eating so many bad carbs, like white flour and white this and white sugar. And white. You got to fall back from that stuff. Because if you continue to eat the way you were eating before you were diagnosed with cancer, all you're doing is feeding the illness. That's what you're doing.
Yes. Man, that's there's another thing that I wanted to talk about too, real quick. The stuff that we cook our foods in. And 3 days a week. I don't even like to say that I work 3 days a week. That's why I knocked it down 3 days, and I'm trying to get rid of those. I'm trying to do for myself. But anyway, I work in a dollar store 3 days a week. And people come in there getting those tinfoil pans like crazy. And I'm looking at like, if you leave a tinfoil pan sitting with some with water in it for maybe like a day or so, that tinfoil pan will start to like get colors in it. And I'm thinking, although I never looked at it through like a microscope or anything, I'm thinking some of that aluminum is coming out in that water. Now you intensify it with heat and put your food in it. Ain't you eating like tinfoil? Ain't you consuming the same metals and stuff that's in that tinfoil?
Yes, sir. And to back up what you're saying, when you warm your food, plastic containers that they sell that we all warm our food up in, we're doing the same thing with that too.
Right.
And we're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the same thing with there was my mind for a second. It'll come back. But definitely when you buying these plastic containers, you're doing that. Oh, and the water too. And that sits in these plastic containers, like all these things like that we're drinking. Containers are toxic as well, man.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to be in them damn plastic containers. You know what I'm saying? You got to really look at what that plastic is made of.
Yeah.
You in the water that's definitely. So it's this thing, man. It's a lot of levels to this thing. Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, no.
What you warm your food up in, because we live in an age where everything moves so quickly, and sometimes because we're all busy, and it's microwave. And we all know, I know, you know, I know, we all know, the microwave is no good for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Food up in that thing, but we all do it and everything. But you definitely should not be food up in a microwave as well. That's not really.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not. I tell people all the time that's not good, because I was looking at every time they talk about this like a nuclear blast, like Hiroshima and so on and so forth. A lot of the people died from the radiation that was caused by the blast, and microwaves work with radiation. So like that should be telling you right there, don't mess with microwaves. I mean, it's like seem like it's common sense, but I don't know if I should even say common sense, because if we all had common sense, we all be thinking the same thing. That's how I see it. I don't know. Forgive me, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? We live in a microwave society, for lack of a better word. We live in the microwave time. It has to be quick, hurry. That's the word I was looking for. We live in an instant gratification world.
Right.
Right away. They don't want to, because, you know what I'm saying, you come home from work, you could, put it on top of the stove and warm it up, or you could put it in the oven and warm it up, but we know that that's slow. It might take 10, 15, 20 minutes to warm your food up. You throw it in the microwave, that joint is done in 2 minutes.
Right.
3 minutes tops. So we live in an instant gratification society. Technology, because technology offers us certain advances in certain, it speeds up whatever it is that you want to do. And sometimes the detriment that certain technologies actually have on our health, run with it because it's convenient. And all of us are guilty of that, including me. I don't want nobody to think that's listening to this call that I'm perfect, because there's a lot of things that I do, even though I speak about it right now, there's a lot of things that I still do.
Exactly.
But that's why I'm big on the flushes.
Yeah.
Because we all have our times where we indulge ourselves.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You go out with family and friends, and you want to go and you want to eat what you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a good time, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Once you know that, me personally, once I know I did that I ate a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't eat that's going to sit in my system, that's when I say to myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a flush.
Right.
Exactly. I went crazy. You see what I'm saying? So let me get this stuff up out of me. I had a good time. The whole nine. We're not saying don't have a good time. The problem is with our people, and I'm specifically for the majority of your audience, the problem is with our people, a good time is every day. Because we eat bad every day. Is our palates every day. That's all we do. You know what I'm saying? And so you have so much junk inside of you that hasn't been cleaned out properly. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, people, everybody should know you should be going to the bathroom and doing the number 2 every single day. If you skipping days, something is wrong inside. Something is wrong.
Yes.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You got to get that stuff out of you, man. It's let's see. I don't know how much time you have. It is pretty much past the half hour.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Questions. Go ahead.
Right. Somebody was asking a question in the chat, but see, I'm a rookie at this. I ain't no signetter. And I was trying to see the question. They were saying something, asking something about what's in the preservatives or something like that. And I tried to click it on, and I lost it. I'm not sure exactly what they was asking, but I can't seem to get back to it. I gotta, really figure this thing out. But
I don't know exactly what is in the preservatives per se. I won't sit here and lie and say I've done a study.
Right.
What I do know, I can just tell you what the preservatives do. By putting a preservative it keeps it fresh. Normally would. It has a longer shelf life. And there's not just preservatives inside your food, brothers and sisters. There's preservatives in just about everything. A lot of the products that we put on our skin, like lotions and butters and from the store, also have preservatives. Why? Because some of these products that we put on our skin do have a of natural ingredients inside them, especially if it has some type of fruit or whatever like that. It'll have a certain percentage of natural things. So they put preservatives. Also, a lot of these lotions and stuff like that and creams and stuff like that have water in it. And we know after a while, water also can, become rancid as well if it's sitting. So they put preservatives in there to keep, these as well.
Right.
By the way, the principle is this, that you should not put anything you cannot eat. Period. That's the principle.
So, repeat that. It kind of skipped.
I didn't hear you, King.
Can you repeat that one more time? It kind of skipped. That's why I said I need better equipment.
you should not put anything on your skin that you would also not be willing to eat. Okay?
Wow, yeah.
So they're putting a lot of these, that's why you have a lot of brothers and sisters out here now that is doing, making their own body butters and creams and this, that, and the third for our community, which is wonderful. And they're using, because a lot of the things that when you pick up some lotion in a CVS or pharmacy, or you pick up some cream or whatever like that, it has all these different ingredients when you turn it upside down that you can't even pronounce.
Right.
You need Google. You need to pull out your phone and Google every image because you shouldn't have heard about it. You don't even know where the hell it comes from.
Yeah.
That stuff was not meant, because what's going to happen is it's going to go right into your body and be introduced into your bloodstream. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So again, just like put something in your mouth, it's the same thing that you put on your skin. It's the same principle.
Wow.
You should not put anything on your skin that you're not willing to put in your mouth. You should only be using natural ingredients. Okay? So we got to get rid of a lot of these, buying from these pharmacies, and support some of the businesses in our community, other brothers and sisters that's selling natural body butters and scrubs and different things and lotions and whatever for our skin care. The sisters that's out here that's using the shampoo, making up natural shampoos and conditioners and lip balms and all stuff like that. We need to support them because they're elements that. So that's very, very important.
Exactly, man. That's something like I was thinking about this. I bought this from a Muslim brother about a few days ago, like last week sometime. He was walking by and I seen a jar of mango butter. Yes. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, I couldn't see the name. I'm like, what's that right there? He picked it up and said mango butter. So I picked it up and started reading everything. I was like, man, this is good. I'm gonna give it. It was $5, so I got it from him. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you might be able to eat this. I mean, like, if it's made from real mango butter, you should be able to eat this. But I never gave it a real big thought that the same thing that's going into your bloodstream through your mouth should be going into your bloodstream from your skin. Yeah. And you just
the master herbalist Patrick Dells has a saying, and it's true. He said the skin is the second kidney. Shows you what's going on with your kidney. So you start seeing people that have eczema, psoriasis, acne, problems. Really and truly, this. So what they need to be doing is for their kidneys. Now, what happens when you go to a dermatologist or a doctor? They're going to give you topical stuff. Put this cream on your skin. Put this cream. Put this. Take this daggone steroid. Take, and that's it. Thing going on inside that you have to fix. And usually it's an issue with your kidney. Somehow you have to fix that from the inside. You probably need to take again, starting off by taking a flush, out there. And we clearly see that when we talk about these issues, high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, eczema, these things like that, they mostly affect us. And let's keep it a stack. I would die amongst everybody. Man.
Hello?
You know what I'm saying? We eat well, we cook well, but we eat a lot of stuff that's detrimental to us, and we eat it every day.
Right.
Day in and day out. You see what I'm saying? So it's all in the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, once you come, and I'm real big on this. I tell people all the time, those of us saying how we call ourselves conscious, and we don't know nothing about health. We can, you know what I'm saying, language, science, we can break down history, we can break down when it comes to our health, what's going on in the conscious community, we just as sick as everybody else. I don't understand.
Right. You
see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I guess because it's not exciting. Like it's not exciting.
It's not
a debate.
Right.
So people not really, people get sick. That's what happens when they that they know that they care about gets sick, then all of a sudden they start remembering, damn, I remember that brother was saying something a couple months ago. I don't forgot what it is, bro.
Yeah.
I hear that. Don't wait till somebody gets sick or you to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? I waited till I got sick to do this, and it took me a long time to shake what I had because I waited till I got sick, but I was able to do it. Don't be like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right, I got back. I found where the post is at. I know. I was trying to find it all this time, and I finally found it. It's somebody that saying said you can buy a machine. What is that? Because I got it on this selfie thing. That's how messed up my stuff is. Somebody you can buy a machine. Something about something to make it. Not sure if it's electrolytes or wait a minute. Yeah, think. Can you buy a machine? Damn, what is that? I gotta get a new, something about a machine to make sure, that it's not, let me take it out the thing.
Doctor missions. If you out of state, just type in the word doctor, and then the second word is missions, and look that up. All right, and they ship all over the world, and that particular flush has herbs inside of it, and to take that, man, what's going to happen is, as I said, if you get on one of those herbs, just cut out and eliminate food in hours. Just do like a liquid fast, and then ease yourself back into eating. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have soup the first day, and ease yourself on foods. Well, you know, if you're going to take the flush of the herb back to the same thing you were doing before, because you know, if you're going to take a flush or herb, make that a new start.
Right.
You know, make it, you know, you want to live a healthier, you know, long, healthier quality of life. Forget family, the exercising is part of that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely good to get some exercise in where you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
When we speak, you top leaves, mango leaves, tamarind, you name it. I take so many different herbs. I'll be sitting here all day telling y'all what I take.
Right. You know what? That's what skipped my mind because I'm having a problem over here. I noticed that you are physically fit, brother, and I heard you saying that some of your children or some of the young people around you, I think you were saying, can't even do the things you do. What's some of the exercises that you do to keep yourself in shape, like cardiovascular weights or what? Breathing?
I'm gonna say I'm a calisthenics and cardio person myself, so I love to muscle ups and lots of different ab exercises. I love anything that's dealing with, you know, those sort of fan into cardio boxing. That's what I call it. That I'm a professional boxer and like that.
Okay.
But I definitely, even saying, you know, hit the bag on a regular basis. I definitely spar with some of my coworkers and some of the brothers in my organization. We definitely are into that. So I do a lot of working out. I do lift weights as well, because even Bruce Lee lift weights. A lot of people don't know that. Bruce Lee lifted weights.
Yeah.
Because it's called resistance training. It's called resistance training for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You get up and you're pushing and you're pulling. Because when you get into a fight, a lot of times fighting comes down to grappling. And fighting with somebody, you're either trying to push him up off of you or you're trying to push him down.
Right.
So when you're doing curls, that's a pulling exercise. When you're doing bench presses, that's a pushing exercise. So you're building up your upper body strength. So I definitely do weights as well, but I'm really highly into the calisthenics because the calisthenics builds up that core strength you want. You want that core strength. Not to see a lot of dudes walking around, they're bulky as hell, but they can't lift nothing when they get in the gym. They can't pull themselves up on a pull-up or fight, and they run out of breath after 30 seconds. So you don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? If it so happens that, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're working out and after a while, nice, you know, you get a nice, like that's just let it be natural. But you shouldn't really be working out for that. You should be working out for health purposes. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in the gym trying to be, and that's the white man stuff.
Yeah.
See, he's Mr. Olympia. And we didn't walk. It's not our culture, man, to walk on muscles. It's not our thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's all that Viking stuff and coming over here, plumaging other people's lands and everything.
Right.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Right.
A lot of them dudes is on steroids anyway, man. It's getting it the natural way, man. These dudes is popping steroids and taking all types of supplements and stuff like that, man. And after them supplements that they take to them body, or the ones that do, they wind up with, a lot of them dudes is suffering from kidney disease and stuff like that. A lot of them. Because what they do, man, is what they do into their body, they're really destroying their body by doing that thing.
Right.
A lot of them end up with joint problems.
Oh, yeah.
After body weights and locking out at the top and wind up with joint problems, elbow problems, you know what I'm saying, lifting too much weight when you're trying to do leg presses, replacements and stuff like that. You ain't working just to keep your body healthy, man, and add in the herbs and stuff like that. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to health.
Exactly. Well,
and teach your children. Teach your children that too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Teach your children.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, definitely. You got to teach them children that because, man, you got too many children walking around here and all they want to do is lay around and eat fruit roll-ups all day. And I'm telling, like, different people that's around me that's hurting and having all kind of pains and everything, you know, up in age. And I'm saying all you doing is teaching the children around you is to be like you when you get older. I mean, that's not helping them and definitely not helping you. I mean, just because you might be too lazy to get up and do something for yourself. You got but when I try to tell something to certain children and everything that's in my life, I got a lot of godchildren. You know, people laugh and they make it like it's a joke, like, Sakhem, or they call me Nate. Nate always think he know everything. And so now they got it in their head that it's a joke and they go ahead and eat all the garbage and now they end up 80-some years old. They're going to be looking back.
And, man, 80-something years old, they ain't got to get that old.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Type 2 diabetes in our community too. And that's children. Then, you know what I'm saying? You can say, I know a lot of black people, and this is really, really sad, man. There's a dialysis center on every other corner here in New York. You know what I'm saying? Our people are being kidney is ravaging our community, man. And them dialysis centers are making big money. And you go into them dialysis, you see how many children you see in there, man, on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? Under the age of 10 years dialysis because their kidneys are not working right. That's from bad diet. Now, again, you're born with a genetic predisposition, but you also are not that you put into your body because you don't know. Nobody taught you. Nobody told you.
Right.
So, you know, you're putting these things into your body, and all you're doing is just destroying yourself. Next thing you know, your kidneys are not functioning properly, you know? But there are cures for all these things, brothers and sisters. And gloom, there's cures for all these things. Right now, if you go to YouTube, that's the beauty about YouTube. You go to YouTube, you can watch all types of videos on people that are teaching you, even if you have, you know what I'm saying, you're on dialysis stuff, there's people that have gotten off of dialysis.
Yes.
They have fixed their problem. Because they tell you dialysis is true. There are people that have changed their life, changed their diet, changed their everything. You know what I'm saying? Made a whole lifestyle change. And they got off dialysis, man. They got off it. Possible. You just have to in life, you have to want it. You want to be conscious and you want to have. How'd you get it? You had to study. Nobody came and waved the magic wand and all the information just magic. You had to go out and you had to want it. You had to study. That's how the thing is with your health. You want to get better, want to live a better quality of life, you have to want it, you have to go out and you got to get it. It's that simple. Because it's out there.
Exactly. Yeah, this my equipment is not doing, you know, exactly what I wanted to do. And I want my people out there, you know, everybody who tuned in to get the best quality, you know, that they can possibly get to get this information. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably shut down.
Yes, sir.
So, cause next time we get together, you know, I know better what I'm doing next time. And I could definitely promise that it'll be a whole lot better, you know, I won't have to keep asking you to repeat that and everything like that. And but it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And shout out to all my Hebrew brothers out there, all my Kemetic brothers, and everybody else, all the Moors, all the Nation of Islam, even my Christian and my Muslim brothers, everybody. Because like I said, no matter what you call yourself, we all need this health. So we got to make sure we let that beast know that we can come together on something. And that's probably, I was telling Dr. Reggie the day that we met, that I think if we come together on something, I think the biggest thing that we might come together on is health, because we all need it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, appreciate for I was, man. So I, know the work that you do. You know what I'm saying? I see you rocking out. I know you. I believe you work with the brother from Hip Hop Is Real too. So y'all definitely doing good work, man.
Keep it up. Say that again. The brother from.
I think you work with another channel, don't you?
No, I'm basically by myself. I have, I go up to Harlem once in a while to get some pointers from Sinetta. That's why I was shouting out to that brother. And but I'm basically, trying to get the ball rolling here in Philly, because Philly don't have anything, man. Philly Philly don't have anything. I mean, you think some of the brothers and sisters you might see around you is I ain't trying to put nobody down, but North Philly is a real bad place. I mean, we just doing bad down here. So I'm trying to do my part to get the ball rolling here, get something conscious out here so somebody listen to it. And I'm trying to be the Sinetta of Philadelphia. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you can do it, bro. Man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I can do to help you, whenever you just need to have me on, man, and we just chop it up, man.
Right.
You already know how to reach me. Let's just keep it going, King.
Definitely.
I really appreciate you having me on, man.
It's an honor having you on. And this is Priest Danyaahla from the Lions of Israel, Hebrew Israelites. Two worlds come together. I'm Brother Sakhem, and I am honored to have you. Peace, God.
Peace.